starting a series, 11 weeks, called One Another, Living in Authentic and Gracious Community. And we have different values here at Chicago West, and one of our values is authentic and gracious community. And what we're going to do over the next 11 weeks is we're going to look at just a few of the one another scriptures that's found in the New Testament. There's quite a few times, a couple dozen times, where you find whenever there's God is describing how Christians should interact with one another, the term one another is said. Forgive one another, love one another, honor one another, submit to one another, serve one another, bear one another's burden. And so the idea of how should Christians be in community together, living out the one another's. And each week we'll look at a particular one another, and then a scenario in Scripture in which God's people are seeking to live that out. But as we start this series, I just want to start with the beginning in God's creation, just to kind of set the tone and see where we were coming from in this series. One thing I know about every person in this room, or if you're watching online, is this: God created you to be in community and relationship with Himself and others. And there's no way around that. That's how you were designed. God created you, my sister, my brother, to be in relationship with Himself and with other people. And when God created the world, if you could remember, He created everything in existence. He created man, and it said that everything was good, everything was perfect, everything was right. And while creation was still perfect and right, it's one thing that God said, this ain't good. Anybody know what it is? It's not good that man should be alone. Think about that. He didn't say that after the fall. He said that while everything was perfect. The one thing that's not good is you shouldn't be alone. Man had everything perfect and God's presence right in front of him, and He says, you shouldn't be alone. And so there's this idea that we all have a belonging within us that God created. We want to belong so bad. We want to be loved and affirmed and to be in community. And then sin entered the picture. You know, the Garden of Eden. Sin enters the picture, messes everything up. How we view ourselves, how we view community, how we view God, how we view relationships. And even though sin has stained everything, God's original design for us has not changed. His plan is that when He saves a people, us, that we're supposed to show a witness to the world how Christians and how we are originally supposed to live in community with one another. Here's the problem. We don't know how to do that well. It's very dysfunctional, it's very unorganized, and we wound one another, we hurt one another. So the question we have to get to is, if God has designed this for us, what does it look like to truly be an authentic and gracious community?